Hello, and welcome to English 101 Online. I'm your instructor, Mr. Winecoop. You can refer to me as Mr. Winecoop, Professor Winecoop, or just Winecoop if you'd like. I wanted to take a few minutes in this introduction video so that you can see that I'm a real person that's going to be grading your papers and kind of working with you on this online course throughout the summer semester. So I want to take some time here to just go over a little bit about me, a little bit about the course, and just some things to expect from from online learning. So just a couple things about me quickly. I've been teaching in HCC for the last 4 years, and I just recently received a full-time position, so that's going to be starting in the fall. So you'll see me around on campus a lot more. I'm from the Boonesboro-Hagerstown area. I've born and raised here, short of the 7 years that I was off at college earning my degree. So I'm very familiar with the place and the people. Hopefully, I will see you around in person on campus. But most of our communication this semester is going to be through the internet. So if you are new to online learning, um, welcome. But I do want to say a few things just so that you can make the right decision about this class. And number one is if you are not familiar with online learning, or if you're not familiar with the internet very well, or just computers in general, I would highly recommend that you reconsider the course, consider taking the course on campus. And the reason for that is because an online course requires a lot of self-regulation, meaning that the onus is on you to get the work done, right? Some people really need the structure of an on-campus class to come to campus 2 days a week, see the instructor, have the instructor remind them of things. I'm not going to be able to do that for you in that way online. There are ways that I can sort of supplement that in online learning, but the onus is more on you in an online environment. So if you don't think that you're self-motivated, or you don't have the self-regulation skills or abilities yet that you should need for online learning, I really at least consider it throughout the next few days, just so you can make the right decisions. I don't want you to get stuck in a course that you can't drop from a few weeks in. 101, especially the way that I teach it, can get pretty intense. There's a lot of work that's due frequently, especially in online class. That seems more like homework than actual classwork, but that is the nature of online learning. So you're actually doing a lot more work that seems like homework to supplement the class time that we're not getting. So just be aware of that. There are going to be a lot of obligations on you moving forward. The other thing is we're using Moodle at least through the summer, and we're going to get D2L in the fall. So if you've heard anything about D2L or Brightspace, don't worry about that for right now. We're sticking to Moodle for the summer. I use Moodle pretty extensively, especially for an online class. So make sure that you watch the video tutorial below as well if you're unfamiliar with Moodle, or you want to know how I'm going to use it for the semester. So you'll really just see like maybe a week or two at a time pop up on your course page. But I do that on purpose. I have the whole course ready to go, but I only like to introduce a week or two at a time because it keeps you focused on what we're doing. So the other thing I want to talk to you about, and you'll see, you should see some text on the screen right about now, is Remind. So I use this app called Remind. You may have used it if you're coming in from the county schools, the public schools. Remind is an app that you can get on your smartphone, and if you don't have a smartphone or you don't want to download the app, you don't need to. But it's an application on the phone that you can use, that I can use with you to kind of connect a lot faster than email. So what it does is I can text you to your phone directly, and you can text me to my phone directly, but we don't share phone numbers or information like that. It just all runs through the app. In this way, I can also text the entire class as a whole for just announcements, and it goes a lot faster. And I've had a lot of success with it. So the information to join our Remind page is on the screen right now. So if you want to join, and I really think you should join, text the code there that you see to the number. And what happens when you text the code to the number, you'll get a confirmation number back. So you'll get a different number will text you back, and it'll probably be like a 717 number or something like that. That number, if you don't have the app, is how you can contact me. So if you text that number from now on, um, it'll go to my phone, and then when I text you, it should send to you from that number. And it's just really nice. I can kind of keep track of you a little bit better in an online environment, but also we can sort of quell any kind of problems as they happen throughout the semester. So it's a really nice service. So please make sure that you sign up for that. I do use that pretty frequently. And it makes me more accessible to you as well. So rather than have to set up an appointment or wait a day or two for an email, correspondence, something like that, you can just send me a quick text with an issue you're having or a question, and I can send you one back if I'm available. So please do that. The other thing I want to let you know is that we will be, I have the course set up in units. And so I just want to prepare you for at least the first unit, but let you know what my purpose of this course is as we move forward. So at the very beginning of the course, I'm going to ask you a question. And that question is, what is writing? The first few weeks of the class, we're going to delve into a few different writers. We're going to talk about tools and concepts and devices that writers use to be effective writers, and sort of what makes them effective writers. We're going to talk about decisions and choices that writers make and why they make them, depending on the contexts that they're writing in. So the whole course is really designed to shift your idea of what writing is, and look at it in a completely different way. And hopefully by the end of the semester, you're going to see that writing isn't sort of this isolated activity. It's not just about writing novels or short stories or poems. That's not really what we're going to be talking about here. Writing is much more of a communication process that we're going to talk about this semester, and we're going to talk about ways to communicate effectively between different groups in different contexts, across different modes and with different modes, and we'll learn more about that as we go along. So just be aware that there is a lot of work for the course, and some of the work may seem disconnected, or it might just seem like a random assignment. But I promise you that everything that you're going to do in this course this semester builds up to either a larger assignment or the final essay that you're going to write this semester. So even when you do, let's say, a writing log or discussion board this in the coming weeks, and it may seem like it's not directly related to what we talk about in this assignment over here or this discussion board over here, all these things, all these threads will come together, and you'll start to see how the pieces come together to form a larger puzzle. So my goal is to get you again to think about new ways of thinking about writing, and it's going to be a lot of work, but the only way to get better at writing is to do it often. So you will be writing quite a bit in this class. The first paper is going to be due in a few weeks. So the way that I usually run the course is I'll introduce like a concept or the assignment for the essay at the beginning of a unit, and then the essay is due at the end of that unit. So the entire unit we're working towards the essay, either directly or indirectly. So we might be writing drafts, or we might be doing assignments that directly correspond to the writing in the essay. But we also might be doing writing logs over here or journaling assignments over here to get you thinking about stuff that's going to be in the essay or a later paper. So try not to think of this as, this week we're doing this thing and next week we'll be doing something else. No. Think of it like we're going to start this journey in week 1, and at week 4, we're going to end part of that journey, and we have a goal, right? And we want to achieve this goal by the end of week 4. And all the things that we're doing up until that point are helping us to achieve that goal. And then once we've achieved that goal, we'll move on to the next goal and start the process all over again with a different unit. So again, I promise you that this will all make sense in the coming weeks. But if it doesn't, if at any time that you feel like I'm speaking over top of you, or you're just not grasping whatever it is that we're doing in class, please ask me. The only dumb question is a question you already know the answer to. So if you really don't know the answer to something, or you're just confused, you're unsure, you need to talk to me, please reach out. Definitely through email, but most importantly, or more importantly, through Remind. That's the fastest way that you can reach me. And if it's something that requires more of my attention, we can meet on campus. We can Skype. This is an online class, so we can meet through the internet. I do sometimes have office hours through YouTube Live. So there's a number of different ways that you can communicate with me this semester. So again, if you're unsure about anything, just ask me. I'm very understanding, and I know that some of this is going to be confusing, and that's the point because you don't know it yet. So it should be confusing. If it's not, if you get it and you're really bored, then you probably don't belong here. But that's probably not the case. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, through Remind or any other option that you have. Please make sure that you read all the course materials below. Watch the video tutorial as well, and just sort of go through the page, familiarize yourself with it, and then you'll kind of get the hang of it by week 2 or 3. So, if nothing else, good luck to you. Welcome to the class. I hope to see you around campus, and if not, I'll see you in the chat boards this semester.